Most people don't lose because they're lazy. They lose when they only keep promises to themselves when the day is going well or when they are feeling good. When you've slept enough or when they have got the energy, when they haven't been working, when they're in the right mood. But the problem is, in real life, it doesn't give you the perfect conditions very often. Sometimes you get home late, sometimes you're tired, sometimes it's hot as hell, and you've been working all day in the weather. You've still got food to make, you've still got a shower to do, you've still got a bit of cleaning and tidying. And the last thing you feel like doing is sitting down and doing the thing you said you were going to do. And this is where most people quietly break promises. For example, going to the gym. A lot of people may say in the morning, I'm going to go to the gym after work, but when after work comes round, they don't go. And it's often not a dramatic thing. They just say, well, I'll do it tomorrow. And sometimes that's fair. Sometimes rest is needed. But sometimes, if we're honest, it's not rest, it's avoidance. I think one of the biggest lessons I'm learning is that you don't need to do it perfectly. You just need to keep the chain alive. Today, I've worked all day. It's been hot as hell, 30 degrees in a van without air conditioning. I've done a food shop after work, I'm tired. Still need to do some bits and bobs, make this video, and maybe paint if I've got anything left in the tank. But time's already getting on. The old version of me, would have probably made a deal with myself. Well, I may do it tomorrow. I've earned the night off. I'm too tired to make anything good. But the problem is, these little negotiations you have with yourself become your identity then. Every time you say you'll do something and then don't, a small part of you stops believing in yourself. And every time you show up, even when it's not perfect, you rebuild that trust. And this is what discipline actually is. It's not screaming at yourself in the mirror. It's not punishing yourself. It's not pretending that you're never tired. It's being tired and still doing the smallest version of that promise to yourself. If the full workout, for example, is going to be too much, just do 10 minutes or 15 minutes. If a full painting session is going to be too much, then I will just do 10 minutes, for example, just touch the painting. If learning that new language or that new skill that you're doing, the 60-minute session is too much, 10 minutes is fine. The point isn't to always be producing your best work or to be working at the highest optimal level. Sometimes it's just a case of touching the thing and keeping the chain alive. And this is, I think, something a lot of people get wrong. They think consistency means that every day has to be massively impressive in some way. It doesn't. Some days are meant to be powerful. Some days are meant to be productive. And some days are just meant to be survived without abandoning yourself. This is still a big win. If you can build a life where you keep showing up on average days, the tired days, the days where you don't really feel like doing the thing that you know you need to do, the day where nobody claps for you, eventually you become hard to kill or hard to stop. Not because you're some superhuman, but because you stopped needing perfect conditions. You stopped waiting to feel ready. You stopped letting tiredness decide who you are. So tonight, I'm not trying to make the best video ever. I'm not coming up with any particular topic. I'm just basically talking about my day and consistency, keeping the chain alive. And you can probably tell that, from the way in which I'm talking, I'm a bit tired right now. I'm not trying to have maximal productivity in the rest of my evening, given it's already 9 o'clock. I'm not trying to force some fake motivational moment. I'm just doing the next right thing, keeping the daily upload chain alive, clean the room, make the food, record the video, get it uploaded. If there's energy there, maybe a splash of paint on my painting which I'm working on, which is called Emergence, by the way, or at least that's the working title. And I'll show it in a future video. But if there is zero energy in the tank once I've done the things I need to do, then I'll rest with zero guilt. I will sleep well, believe me. You know, the main things of the day have been done, and this is the rule. You know, lower the bar when you need to, but don't drop it completely, because ultimately, I think, you know, the life you want is not built on the days where everything is fine, where everything feels easy, where everything is going good, glorious and glamorous. It's built on nights like this, you know, when you're tired, when no one would blame you for stopping, you know, when it would be easy to disappear into the comfort of your pillow. But instead, show up, even if it's small, even if it's rough, even if nobody sees it, you know, because you see it, the mind sees it, and this matters. Do it tired, do it imperfectly, do it small. Do not abandon the person you said you were becoming. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.